Good morning, everyone. Leonard Parker here. Hope you're having a great Thursday, and thanks for watching the video. So, for today, I'm going to continue with our series on different link building tactics that you can try out when you're just getting started with your SEO campaign and you're looking to build your presence online. So guest blogs are what I would call a low-hanging fruit opportunity. The only requirement is that you have the time and the know-how to do research to find guest blog opportunities, and you also have the capacity to write. And if you're an expert in your field, a professional in your field, then the second part shouldn't be a problem. But usually it's more so about time. But if you are able to outsource that to maybe someone on your team or to a writing service and just inject your expertise, guest blogging can be a great way to build your brand and a great way to increase referral traffic to your website. So to get started, there are going to be special search queries that you want to use when looking for guest blog opportunities. So for today's example, we're going to pretend that we are a physical therapist. And I'm going to zoom in here a bit so you can see. So the first query, it's pretty simple. Quotation mark, guest post, quotation mark, and then physical therapy. And we see here we have a few opportunities here at the top of the search results. So I'm just going to click through to this non-clinical PT and see what that's about. So, I wanted to make this point later, but I'll go ahead and review it now. So when you're reaching out to write a guest post, whether that's via email or some of these websites, you'll see they'll have a form. You want to make sure that you read and understand all of their guidelines, because you don't want to ask them a silly question or spend all your time preparing a content asset and it doesn't meet their guidelines. So make sure that you read everything. And then for this one, it's pretty easy. So you're going to put your name, email, your proposed topic, and then a title and outline. And then you're just going to send that over. And that's pretty easy. So that's a pretty easy first example. So another search query that you can use is Write For Us. And don't worry, there are a lot more than these two queries. If you click through to the transcription link in the video description, I will share with you a list of queries that you can use to find these opportunities. But anyway, so it looks like this first example here, this first result looks interesting. So Write For Us, PT progress. Okay, so if you're interested in growing your portfolio of health-related articles on a site that receives over 50,000 visitors a month, take a look at this opportunity. So it looks like these guys will actually pay if you meet the requirements. So it could be a good opportunity. But they are looking for long-form content, so at least 1,000 words, and it says their average word count is 1,200 words. So again, you want to make sure that you understand and look at all of the guidelines before you submit to make sure that you're able to meet them. But these guys make it very easy too. You just fill out a form. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So a few other tips when you're looking and researching guest post opportunities. One, you want to research the website a bit. So that includes looking at their articles, just kind of get an idea on their writing style. And, if you see that every article, for example, has an image or a few images, well, that's a signal that you should include images in your post as well. Something else, you also want to just look at the website health. So we just take this URL and we plug it into Ubersuggest, Neil Patel's tool. And I use other tools besides Ubersuggest, but I do think if you're not a SEO professional or work for an agency or work with an agency, it's a pretty easily accessible tool, and it'll give you enough information whether to determine if you should pursue something or not. And best of all, it's free at this point, so provides a lot of good data. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so it looks like it has some pretty good traffic numbers. Since last year, they're actually been on the upswing. A little downward trend since March, but that could be for a whole host of reasons. They rank well for some keywords. It still looks like it might be a relatively new website, so they're looking to build their presence as well. So that's why I would look for to see if it actually has healthy traffic, because some of these websites, unfortunately, the owners are just looking to get more content, so they'll inflate their traffic numbers. But using a tool like this, you can get the real picture of what's going on. Okay. Another thing I would say, if you're in the U.S., you want to make sure that the traffic is mostly coming from the U.S. So you can see here, US, that's where they get the most of their traffic. So that makes sense. Something else you'll see is that there are bots that you can buy. You can basically inflate the traffic numbers for your website. But usually it's going to show here in the data if that bot traffic is legitimate or not. Yeah, so it looks like ranking pretty well for a few keywords, so that's good. So that's one thing. I will look at the traffic, and then I will also look at the backlink profile. Because the backlink profile will actually tell you, are they doing legitimate SEO and legitimate online marketing on their own, or are they doing a bunch of spammy stuff? So I'll just have a quick glance here. You can export this to a CSV, but for the sake of time, I'll just kind of do a quick look. And what you're looking for, this is a health-related website, a physical therapy-related website. You want to make sure that these backlinks that they have are somewhat related to that. And it doesn't have to be 100% related to healthcare, but I would say the majority of these backlinks should be related to whatever topic the website is about. And yeah, there are a few more general kind of business, career-related articles, but not so far off topic. Yeah, but from what I'm seeing, most of these are related to healthcare, clinical practitioners, physical therapy. So it looks like a very legit website, and it would be, right? It was number one here, or number two. So I would do this type of analysis for any website that you're considering on spending time creating content and reaching out to for a guest blog post. Okay, so now that we've done that part, let's see here. Just going back to our notes here. Yeah, so we saw in those two examples that they actually had a form on a website, so it makes it really easy to reach out to them. But all websites aren't built the same. So for some of these cases, you're going to have to actually email the website owner. And that's pretty simple. You'll just grab their email address from the website, put it into your put it into your email editor. I do recommend sending from your company domain. So let's say if your website name was houstonphysicaltherapy.com and your name is John, you're John at email. And that makes you come across as more legitimate, because especially for the nature of this industry, I'm sure they don't want people who aren't trained or professionals to contribute content. So make sure that you're sending from your company domain email, and make for your blog post template. There's a much ado about what you should include, what you shouldn't. I would just say keep it natural. Don't use a templated approach, or if you are using a template, because they do save time, make sure you mix in some personalization there. So if you can find a person's name who will be receiving the email, include their name at the top of the email body. Maybe include a line or two about why you're reaching out. What do you like about their content on their website, and what additional value can you contribute with your guest blogging. That can be anything from you have years of experience in the field. You have experience in a very specific method or technique. Any of these things can kind of be that unique value proposition that you can offer that other people can't. You just have to look at this from their perspective. Any website owner, me included, we get bombarded with marketing emails about guest blogging and backlinks and SEO. And after a while, you might just send those to spam. So you want to make sure that you stand out. And that reminds me, one important thing, you want to make sure that subject line is written and optimized so that they open it. So just think about it step by step. So each step you want them to take. So if I just kind of did a quick, so the first thing is the subject line. Quick diagram here, subject line. So your goal there is to get them to open the email. Then I would even say your greeting, and maybe the first part of the email, you want to kind of just grab their attention. So you already got them to open the email. You want to grab their attention. So either that's commenting them on having a great website, or being more specific and commenting on a specific article on the website. But whatever, you want to grab their attention. And a great way to do that is through flattery. Everyone likes kind words. And then when you get to the meat of the email, really your request, you're looking for a guest post opportunity. Here you want to be as succinct as possible, and usually you want to propose a few topics. So propose a few topics, and also, open the door if they have any other suggestions. Mention something that you're open to any suggestions that they have. But really, the goal of the meat of the email is to get them to respond. So sometimes that's going to be no, sometimes that's going to be yes. You'll see in some cases that websites will charge for a guest post. And I know some SEOs would say don't pay for a backlink, but I just think it's part of the game, especially if it's a big or well-known website. So just be mindful, of some of the website analysis that we did. If they are charging, just think, would it be worth it to be on that website? So every website has a different rate, but from my experience, I see the rates go anywhere from $50 to several $100s. It just really depends on the quality of the website. And so that's pretty much it. So on the transcription page, I'll include a list of different search queries you can use. I'll also include a couple of email templates that you can use to get started. Now, before I close the video, one other technique you can use is to actually look at where your competition has been featured. Or if they're not competitors, you can also look at other thought leaders in your industry. So let's just say you know, if we were looking for, we're still in physical therapy and we're in Houston. So let's see who's number one here. So Memorial Herman, of course. So it looks like Craig Perio. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce his name. But it looks like he is probably one of the main guys here. So what we can do, basically the idea here is you want to find your competitor name or your thought leaders, use a thought leader in your industry, and you just want to do the same search queries to see where they may have been featured online. So I don't know if this guy doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like there's much here. But that would pretty much be the strategy. So again, I'll include the list of the queries on the transcription page, but that's just another way to see how you can use kind of some of your competitor strategy or other thought leaders in your industry strategy to boost your own online presence. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video when we talk more about other link building tactics. Take care and have a great Thursday.